Hey guys, Dave Anderson here. Welcome to Print Lab. Hey, I got a XTOOL D1 Pro 20 watt laser that I'm going to set up in my own home. I'm not going to set it up in a shop or a garage. It's going to be in my own home. So if I can do it, you can do it too. Here's how to be safe and be creative. Stay tuned. Why is it that they always put the sticker on the good side? Couldn't they just put it on this side? No, it has to be on the good side.
We go there. Hot.
Ooh. Yeah, you're not going to find this in stores.
Indeed.
Yes, I know it's kind of jeter, but this will work. All right, well, this is done. The only problem is, so what are you supposed to plug this into? You come with adapter? Nope. All right, time to order something on Amazon. All right, I think I found something, and this might just work out pretty good. It does have a switch. It is a 12 volts, low amps, and and it's switchable. So I can turn the thing on and off just by clicking a switch. There's the switch right there. And the price is actually pretty good. I'll leave a link in the description for this.
1 week later.
So far, that is how you get everything ready to go for doing your first print. You got to make sure that you vent all of that smoke, all of that possible toxic material out of the house if you want to do it indoors. If you're doing it outdoors, okay, you know what? It's probably going to be okay because you have ventilation. But don't do it indoors until you have proper exhaust ports to the outside. The rest of this is going to involve a program called Lightburn. Now, there's lots and lots of videos out there, so I'm not going to go into a bunch of stuff, but I do want to cover just a couple of basics that is really going to save you some hassle and get you on the fast track to doing some really cool stuff. Now, let's say that you have imported an image into Lightburn and you have already gone up to your tools and you've already traced the image and taken care of it. You like it. It turned out great. Again, you're going to see that in someone else's video. This is not what this is for. And then you get this and you're like, oh, wait a minute, that just doesn't look good. Wow. How can I change that? Because I have it over here as it's supposed to be filled in, but it doesn't look like it's filling in. How do I take care of that? Well, you come up here to Windows. You change it from wireframe coarse to filled smooth. And that makes it look like what it really is going to do. And that is one of the cool things that is nice about Lightburn, and something that really makes things helpful and useful, because it kind of gives you a visual idea of what things are actually going to be burned with the laser. The next thing I want to show you is this area up here, the cut layer area. And you'll notice here that I have speed and power settings. I want to talk about this first one here, and it's this basically this box. It's in red, okay? And I'm going to turn the output off to the actual image, so that's browned out. So this box here is the exact size of the tile that I'm going to be using. I know that this is the exact size because I measured it, and then I went up in here into the width and the height and plugged it in and then locked it into place. So this is the outer edges of my tile. Notice that I have this spot here greened out. This is where I want my laser to start. So I come down here and I use a 3% power setting, and you can go 300, maybe 500 speed on here, and click the output of green. I also have it set up so it will go 2 passes. What this will do is it'll start with the laser popping on here, and it'll come down, and this will give you time, because it's running very slow, it'll give you time to center your tile.
Pro tip.
Ensure that you select User Origin in this drop-down menu, and then position your laser in the top left-hand corner of your project. Now that you have this set up and it's the dimension that you want, you'll go ahead and press Start, and that will start the laser traveling very, very slowly along this line under very, very low power. Just enough light so that you can put it right on the edge of that tile. And it'll do this twice, so you have time to align your tile perfectly. Once it is completed, you'll go ahead and go up here to the output, and you'll turn that off because you don't need it anymore. And then you'll turn on the project that you're going to be burning. And now you just come over here to the start button, start this, and it is going to go through the process of lasing this image onto that tile exactly where you want it. If you want to come over here to preview, it looks like this TV screen, and you can kind of see it build the image, which is now turned into a vector image or a vector file until it's all complete. It will tell you the total time elapsed, about 1 hour and 55 minutes, to do this at this speed. This is the speed and power that I used for the Norton White Paint Method. This is what happens when you obliterate some ceramic tile. Yep. Gets all this, look at that. Big huge chunk just clogged and fell off of there. Well, try to get your power and speed settings correct, eh? This brings me to my next and final point. There are many different types of libraries out there, and particularly you want to find one that is a materials library. There's no need for you to have to reinvent the wheel and do a test pattern for every material that you come across. There are libraries available. I will leave a link in the description. And here's some things that you might want to search on YouTube for better results on all of your projects. Start here.
Pro tip.
A little bit of lacquer thinner. Let it set for just a little bit and then wipe. It wipes off relatively easy. You just got to let it set, let it do its magic. It just comes off super easy. And you can see what a difference that makes. Wow. Pretty awesome. I love it. And my son is going to love it. So there's two major things that you really need to pay attention to when you first get your laser printer. The very first thing is, of course, is you really have to be careful to vent all of the dust, debris, smoke, all of those harmful things, because some of those things can, yes, be very, very toxic. So you don't want to be breathing those in. You need to get a box, and trust me, I got a box that wasn't very good. It was not good. I could smell the burnt stuff coming out of it. Trying to do leather, it was horrendous. Talk about the smell of burning flesh. It was absolutely rotten, disgusting. Even with doing a ceramic tile, you still smell some burntness. And if you didn't quite get it right, like I didn't get it right the first time, look how deep this etched. It just was terrible. And there was bits of grit all in through where my laser was. So that brings me to the second major point, and that is to develop a library. Now there's some videos. I'm going to leave a really good one in the description and a resource that you can go to. He spent many hours developing this, and it's just an excellent resource, and it will help you get started. But even then, I really had to search and find something to do white tile. Oh yeah, you see all kinds of videos. Oh, this is how you do it, and they show you the spray painting and all this other kind of stuff. They might even show you the power setting and speed. But those are worthless unless you know what wattage that laser is using. That's the bonus about having a higher output laser. You always want to try to burn your laser at about 100% and then use how fast it travels across the plane to determine how deep it's going to burn. When you do this, that actually creates your products a lot faster, and that is the name of the game. You're paying for a, bigger and bigger laser. You want it to go faster and faster and faster to get your production times down. Why would you take a 20-watt laser and run it at 50%? You might as well have just bought a 10-watt laser. You take that 20-watt and you run it twice as fast as the 10-watt, and you get the same result. And guess what? You're probably not the first person to ever laze on that object, unless you're talking about maybe a moon rock. And yeah, probably nobody is laser printed on a moon rock, but odds are you're not going to be doing that either. You're going to be doing the wood, the ceramic tile, the natural stones, stainless steel, metals, things like that. And that's where a library comes in handy. Last thing is, and there are lots of videos on how to do this, you have to learn to take that image and turn it into a vector graphic. Once you can learn how to do that, then you can start picking apart some of those other things. Lightburn will help you. There's lots of videos out there. You're just going to have to do your research. It's a complicated tool. It's going to take a while. Don't get frustrated. It's not something that you can just right out of the box, plug it in, and start lazing away, and you're making these incredible things that that pros take months, if not years, to develop. Thanks for joining me on this awesome adventure. I hope to see you again, and there'll be more videos coming out as I get into this awesome laser tool. So tune in next time. You're not going to want to miss it. Until then, I'm Dave Anderson signing out. You guys be safe out there, and God bless.